Wow. That's all I can say. What a beautiful game that the Super Eagles saved us. Probably we could say they saved the best for the last, or probably they started the tournament with a clear-cut announcement that underrate the Super Eagles at your own peril. The Egyptian team have not lost in the AFCON since 2004, where an opening game since 2004 where they lost to Algeria, if I'm not mistaken. Coming into this game, there was talk of Mohamed Salah, Trezeguet, Taufik, who lasted only 9 minutes, Ngezi, Mustafa Mohamed, Mo-Salah. There was not a name that they didn't mention. El Chanel with the goalkeeper can even catch a fly. He can save your destiny. There is nothing. Then you look at the Nigerian team. Come on, crisis upon crisis. Everything points to the fact that Nigeria will be slaughtered, will be massacred. It wasn't meant to be. This is a game where the Eagles cannot win. We have a coach that is described as a novice. We have a team, a bunch of rookies, and I've always said that when you have rookies playing for the Eagles, you had better beware of them because you don't know what they bring to the game. And people were like, okay, look at the starting lineup. Let's be very, very fair to the Egyptians now, not because on hindsight everything is clearer, everything is brighter. It means that we're going to say, oh, we were not scared. I was scared, even though I bet on Nigeria winning, but I was scared. Now that was just some money that I was going to lose. But let's start with the team selection, because 1 hour to the start of this game, the team list came out. The first team list that I saw, I'm going to just oppose it against the way the team eventually played. And when that team list came out, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Now, this was how the selection looked like. You have Okoye in goal. Zaidu Sanusi, who gave in a shift of his life to stop Mo-Salah the way he did, was amazing. Kenneth Omeruo, Trustekong, Olaino at the back, fantastic. I've always wanted Kenneth Omeruo at the back because I felt like he brought leadership and he brings with him a lot of experience that we've not had with the Oyibo War. But this is not me rubbishing the Oyibo War right now. And then in midfield, what I saw in midfield was scary. Aribo, Ndidi, and Ihanacho. That was how the lineup was shown to me at first. And then you have Simon Awoni and Chukwueze up front. I was worried. The reason why I was worried was, okay, I was thinking the coach is going to play Wilfred Ndidi and Joe Aribo as pivots in front of the defense as their defensive midfielder, and then Kelechi Iheanacho as the number 10, as we call it, the creative player. Now, why that worried me was because Kelechi Iheanacho naturally turn over possession a lot. Yes, he's got one of the most educated left foot, as we saw with the goal he scored. He's a fantastic player since under 17 and scoring every day of the week like Craig David 7 days for Leicester last season. But there was always a fear of he's not a midfielder, he's not a number 10, he can't play in that number 10 position. So I was bothered about that. And then look at the front man. Simon, through the qualifiers, I was on his shoulder, I was on his back. Was one player that I was worried about, his crosses. So I thought, why not play 4 midfielders and play twin strikers of Awoni and Sadiq Umar? That was my thought. And then Samuel Chukwueze. Okay, you have 2 wide men who are not good with crosses. 2 wide men who, yes, they can dribble, but then you're playing against an Egyptian side that have this set of players that could do wonders. But then it didn't turn out to be like that, because eventually that was not how the team actually set up. It was more of a 4-5-1 or 4-4-1-1 formation. Now, the reason why I said that, but even though, every platform you look at, you will see a 4-3-3 formation of Zaidu Sanusi, Omeruo, Trustekong, Olaina, goalkeeper was Madika Okoye, Aribo, Ndidi, and Iheanacho. Moses Simon, Awoni, and Chukwueze. That's how you see it. But what really happened was the fact that Moses Simon doubled up to make a 4-man in midfield, as well as Chukwueze on the wide side. So Kelechi Iheanacho, instead of playing as a midfielder as a number 10 or as a trio in the midfield with Aribo, Ndidi, and himself, Iheanacho, what he did was link up with Taiwo Awoniyi, who played as a beast, restlessly, ran at the opposition defense, made sure that the Egyptians had no peace. It was a case of the Egyptians you see today, you will see them again no more. We might meet them again in the tournament, because Nigeria have a history of always meeting the team that they play first in the finals or somewhere in the competition. We've done that with Algeria in August 90. We did that with Burkina Faso in 2013. So it's most likely that would happen. But this was a different team entirely. What was the clincher in the game? First thing I noticed was the mentality shift. You could call it a new coach bounce. you could call it everybody wanting to make a statement. Don't forget that the AFCON have really not started on a blistering run. Every team that I played, apart from Cameroon, I played insipidly. I played with a lot of low commitment, slow, drabby, crappy play. But then this is a Super Eagles team that you look at the defense, you almost tell yourself that how are they going to hold on to Mo-Salah? How are they going to stop Trezeguet? But then there was so much positional discipline, compact play. The team was together from the start of the game to the end. The first 45 minutes is one of the best that I've seen since maybe 1986, dotted with Keshi's team's performance against Cote d'Ivoire and Mali, and then Burkina Faso in the finals of 2013, and some other performances that we've seen previously. But this was one of the best performances that I've seen in 45 minutes. And now, I'm a critical person of Moses Simon. Moses Simon in 45 minutes played for Nigeria. The game that any footballer should play for 10 years. He gave us the kind of performance that I've not seen in years. Yes, Chukwueze was a little bit subdued, but he did that because he was tracking back to always cover the spots in midfield and also help Olaino. Olaino also gave us a game that we've not seen him play all his life. Omero was commanding. Sorry for the injury. I hope it's not a long one, but then we would see how that goes. Zaidu Sanusi showed to everybody that look, he's a no-nonsense player. Mo-Salah or no Mo-Salah, if you come to my place, you know that thing we saying, worry, who do any I go see any. That was the kind of guy that he was. But all thanks to Joe Aribo, who also could not make any mistake in midfield. Wilfred Ndidi, I'm not surprised with Wilfred Ndidi's performance. You know I'm an apostle of Wilfred Ndidi. I love him. He's the kind of player that you always want to have in your midfield. He is a commander, he's a leader, and then he's a policeman. When I say policeman, he always knows where the pocket of spaces are in the midfield to make sure he plucks them before they become a nuisance or a danger. Nice way of checkmating Mo-Salah, Mustafa, Trezeguet, and Mamouche. Okay, in the way they came about playing, moving, and marauding themselves. And to think that the Super Eagles for the very first time in forever played a whole 45 minutes in the half of the Egyptians. It's amazing. First 10 minutes, there was no shot on target, but you could see the movement of the ball, the commitment, the mentality, the attitude, positional discipline, the way they played. You want to see that every day. Can we play like that every day? Obviously, football is not like that. It's not possible. There's no team that can play like that. What I saw was a team that had the Genge pressing that everybody loved about Liverpool. We had the tiki-taka that everybody loved about Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. But we also had the defensive discipline of what people loved about Jose Mourinho's former teams, not the current teams, the whole old Jose Mourinho team that went an entire season losing only one game. Everything was on point. Credit to Austin Eguavoen. I just hope that we don't get off this horse and say, oh, if we can do this to Egypt, then we should take the other opposition in the group for granted, because that would be suicidal. But good thing is we started the tournament on a good note. Now there's a big question hanging in the air. If you watch the previous video that we uploaded on this channel, one of the things that we were talking about, myself and Emmanuel Sebastian, is if Eguavoen goes on to win this championship, would we still need Jose Peseiro as our coach for the qualifiers in March to the World Cup and then eventually going to the World Cup? I don't think so, because he came out very well. People talk about branding. I mean, he doesn't need to look like Donald Duke to be able to be branded properly. He dressed well. His brown belt on his black trouser and his white shirt remind me of Samson Siasia back in the day. But his selection was good. His team was disciplined. Now let's talk about the substitutions. Okay, I noticed that because of how much work that Taiwo Awoniyi put in the first half, or the time that he stayed on the game in the first half especially, he begins to drop. His energy level begins to drop. You could say that Taiwo Awoniyi was a Tesla. Okay, it wasn't a diesel engine, it wasn't a fuel engine, but it was a Tesla. And as it was working, his battery was running low, and somewhere we needed to bring in Sadiq Umar. Now, Sadiq Umar is not a hustler of a striker, so if you're expecting Sadiq Umar to continue where Taiwo Awoniyi stopped, you are the one who's making a mistake. Sadiq Umar is your Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's a goal poacher. Give me the ball, keep the high press, give me the ball in the 18-yard box, and I'll stick it in the old onion bag, as Tommy Smith would say. That is his job. It's different because Taiwo Awoniyi is a marauder. He's a guy who can play as a top striker and as a support striker who can add value. So he knew that one of the things he needed to do to keep the Egyptians at bay, for as long as the defenders cannot come forward, they will not be able to have a cohesive play with the midfield and the attack. And he did that very, very well, just the same way Moses Simon did. And then Ejuke Chudera came in. There's still a lot of question mark on his game, but I mean, we won this game, so we can't blame him that much. I thought that he had chances. He ran into the channel properly. He had chances. If he was a little bit calm, he had a cool head on his shoulder, would have given us a 2 or 3 goal lead in this game. We had some chances to also increase the goal tally in this game that we did not take. But that shouldn't bother anybody. That shouldn't make anybody feel bad. Kenneth Omeru's substitution was due to injury, and I think that Ajayi came in and did what he should do to see us across the finish line. Alex Iwobi, I mean, last 5 minutes of the game, I really can't judge him or criticize him in this game, but it was a good one. We take it to the next game and say to ourselves, this win is a good launching pad. I don't think that if you had given Nigerians a chance, I say we would draw, because all the predictions were saying they'll beat Nigeria 3-1, 2-1, 5-0, 6-0. If you're giving Nigeria a chance, Nigerians a chance, I say go into this game, we're going to take a draw out of this game. All Nigerians, even our president and everybody, would have taken it with both hands. But then we went into this game, not only did we win the game, we stopped the Egyptians from scoring. We dominated them, we had passed them, had run them, had played them, and created more chances than they did. For that, it is kudos to Austin Eguavoen. The mentality was incredible. Kudos to the players. Moses Simon, have been on your back since forever. Today, I take my words back and I say that you did very well. But then you still need to improve on your crosses. And I hope that Chukwueze would give us more like Simon gave today, and then we'll have this double prong left and right attack that every other opponent will be scared of, because now the coaches of the opposition team will be planning for Moses Simon at the end of the day. But it was a very good game. Congratulations to the Super Eagles, Austin Eguavoen, the NFF, and the entire Super Eagles fans all across the globe.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.